Hey all, it's Dee Dee. Delusion Dispeller. Just thought I'd pop in and say hey before I start tutoring for the afternoon. I am going to be starting tutoring shortly after Matthew goes to work. He's working for the evening, so. Hey girly. Anyway, I thought I'd talk about a few things. I'm gonna make some people mad, I'm sure. And frankly, I really don't care. Because I'm gonna do it anyways. The Chris Watts thing. I just want to tell y'all where I stand on it, in case anybody ever wanted to know. To me, I think it's all up in the air. I don't feel like we were told the full truth about everything. I feel like there have been things left out of the whole case. First of all, I believe that Chris Watts is a narcissist. There's no doubt in my mind that he's got some really disturbing traits. I believe his mother is messed up too. Her interview didn't set right with me at all. When you're being confronted about something serious and you're almost laughing and smirking, there's something off there. As far as Shanann, I wish she was still around and alive, because I think some of us women would have some things to maybe educate her on as far as child raising goes. I don't think by any means that I would have wanted her for my mother. I don't think she was an ideal mother. I think she's a little too into the camera. For that matter, I can speak because as a mother, I was too into the camera and was ignoring stuff going on around me too. So, as I've always said, and the Bible says, pull the board out of your own eye so you can see clearly to pull the splinter out of your brother's eye, okay? I done pulled that board out of my eye. I no longer get so addicted to the computer that I'm not aware of what's around me. I don't clean my house. I don't work. I sit for hours and hours on the computer. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. That's who I used to be. But I do think Shanann was a little bit too quick to have that camera in her hand. I can tell you, even now, when I have the camera in my hand, like if I'm at a family gathering, my daughters will be all over me. That's why, like, the videos you saw posted, that's why they were like really quick clips. You know me. I like being on the camera a long time. But those videos were very quick because my daughter Carol asked me to kind of cryptically film the party. Like, don't upset people. Don't get all up in their face with your phone and, that kind of stuff. Balance is what I'm saying. Yeah. And the job. Yes. The MLM thing too. That's true. But does your job keep you on the camera while your daughter's dangling off the sink by her rib cage? I have a hard time with that one, okay? I've always had a hard time with that video. I don't honestly think I would keep filming if my kid was dangling by their rib cage from the bathroom sink with their feet on the toilet paper trying to stand up and get a drink. Sorry, that disturbs me. That image will always be in my mind about that. Running into tables, banging their heads and not even stopping to see if the kid's all right. I don't know. I wasn't the perfect mother. I really wasn't by any means. But if my kids got hurt, I'm pretty darn sure I was there to pick them up and hold them and say, hey, honey, are you okay? It's okay. It's going to be all right. Mommy's here. I just didn't see that. And maybe she did it off camera. And I've given the benefit of the doubt on that because I wasn't there. I didn't live with them. I'm not saying I know all by any means. So if you're going to hate on me, don't hate on me for that part. Because I'm just giving my perception of things, as I did way back in the beginning. I think somebody needed to step in with that family and talk to all of them. Not one or the other, but the whole 9 yards. And if somebody would have seen that there was abuse going on, either Chris towards Shanann or Shanann towards Chris, then somebody should have said, hey, guys, you need some help. You need to get to a therapist. And if they wouldn't go, then whoever was the more abusive one, as people were looking at the situation, should have been counseled to split up. And they were going to split up anyways. So obviously they sensed that it wasn't a healthy relationship because one of them was going to leave the other one anyhow. The sad thing that was that lives were brutally taken in the whole situation. I did read all of the paperwork that went along with the murders. There was a lot that wasn't real clear to me. I understood the injuries and the brutality of it all, definitely. There are still people questioning who did what, and I'm not really going to get in depth in that. What I am going to say is the way they handled the interviews was really squirrely and shady. I've never known in all the years that I've seen true crime interrogations, because that's, I think, what they call that when they put Chris in the room with the people and stuff and they're questioning him. I've never ever seen an interrogation filmed from the back of somebody's head. That just struck me very odd. And that there were no other interrogation footage videos put out, like from the side, either side, or from the front, showing Chris's face. Why was that? I don't get that. As far as NK, I'm not sure what to think of her. I didn't like her voice. It annoyed me. She seemed a little too peppy, being that some people were just murdered. Maybe that's just her personality. I don't know her personally, so I have no idea. I am really still not sure if there was just one person that committed the murders. I'm really not. I'm not going to say I agree with this person or I agree with that person, because I don't know. And that's where I have stood on this case for the longest time, that I don't know. Will I be watching the movie? Probably not. Because to me, that's just going to be more stuff left up in the air. And so many of these cases, and there's at least 2 other cases I know of that are very similar to the whole Watts thing. And I don't think they really had much closure either. But this one really leaves too many open and loose ends. There's no closure for me in this. I don't know if I'll ever get closure. Maybe years down the line, if something comes up or something, and I'll be like an old lady going, oh yeah, I remember that case. I remember that. They were all trying to figure out if Chris did it or Shanann did it or who did it. And they never did tell. So what's the story now? So maybe that's the case of what will happen to me when I'm old and gray. Is that the Watts case will still be talked about and on the news. It'll be popping back up out of the, archives or something. I just don't know. That's why I'm not going to make any statement about, oh yes, I got my closure. So and so did it and it's a done deal. No, I don't feel like there's closure. I still feel like there's something missing. I feel like there's missing pieces of the puzzle. And I'm a conspiracy theorist, people. So it is not far-fetched for me to think that the government keeps information out of the public eye. I know that happens all the time with cases such as these. I don't know of any one case that there isn't stuff that comes up years later that was never talked about or even fathomed back when the case happened. So I guess the important thing for me is that it's more than a case to me. These were people with personalities, with possible personality disorders. And none of that is addressed by the mainstream media or anybody even on YouTube. Nobody really looks into that. And then when you try to look into it, oh, you're cursing the dead and you're speaking evil of the people that are dead. No, I'm looking at behaviors. I'm not looking at even one person. It just happens to be that this person exhibited the behavior. I could take Mary Smith down the street with the same behavior and say the same thing. It's just like how One Love and I talk about cult leaders, cults. Cults are cults, okay? There's behaviors that are similar in cults. So if I say, well, Jim Jones deceived people by making them think he was a messiah and then convinced them to take their lives and stuff, and then I say, well, David Koresh was deceived and thought he was a savior and convinced people to take their lives. It's just behaviors. It doesn't matter what person you're talking about. Whether I say Shanann acted this way or Mary Smith down the street acted this way or whatever, it should not get people all up in arms. People that are behavior specialists and have studied psychology and sociology understand behavioral studies and don't get all up in arms about, oh, well, Shanann's dead. You shouldn't talk about her behaviors. People that study behavior are studying her. I guarantee it. They're trying to figure out some stuff about her child raising techniques, for one thing, that she used to put her children to sleep for naps and stuff. And that's been going on for years, people. Okay, like Dr. Spock, he was a well-known, a well-known child. I think he was a psychologist or something. I'm not sure. But he was like every housewife, parent, mother, young mother's perfect doctor. He was like the Dr. Phil of my mom's era, you might say. Dr. Spock. And Dr. Spock was controversial because he dared to examine things in a different way. I'm not saying whether I'm pro or con Dr. Spock. I don't know. Just like I don't know if I'm pro or con Dr. James Dobson. He was a Christian therapist type person. Everybody's got their opinions and different things work for different families and stuff. But when there's blatant stuff of neglect and abuse going on, people are going to talk about it, whether the person's dead or not. We still talk about Susan Smith. We still talk about Jim Jones. We still talk about Charles Manson. We're going to talk. And you're probably not going to like it all the time when people talk, especially since maybe you see the person as innocent and the other person doesn't see them as innocent. What are you going to do then? You're going to have a differing opinion about stuff. So are you going to get all upset and angry and lash out and cuss out the person because you disagree with their opinion? Probably not, hopefully, if you're mature, but people will get up in arms about people still studying the case and people talking about Shanann and Chris and whatever. Chris loving people are going to hate that people talk against Chris. Shanann loving people are going to hate that people talk against Shanann. Story of people in general. You got your people that are fans of this person and people that are fans of that person. We have it here on YouTube. Doesn't even have to be murders involved. Just people in general are going to disagree. And no, I don't think everybody needs to be my friend. I don't want everybody for my friend. So if I disagree with somebody to the point where they're just like, I'm not comfortable with that chick. I don't like that delusion dispeller. She's weird, or she's just too judgmental. She's too opinionated. I don't like her. Then don't watch me. Don't watch me. I spent all morning, get this. This is kind of crazy. I spent all morning watching Billie Eilish videos, trying to understand where this person came from, why they're so eccentric, why their videos are somewhat graphic a bit and kind of morbid and depressing, and why my granddaughter would be into this person. So that's what I've been spending my morning doing, is watching Billie Eilish videos, trying to understand and grasp what the heck is going on with that whole thing. I'm going to have to go in because these flies are driving me bonkers. And I did kind of see into some things, and I watched some people critique her videos. And the fact is, some of her videos disturb me more than others. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to watch those videos. By the way, guys, if you know who Miranda is, she's a lady that wears her lipstick up here, and she has like this alter ego character type person she plays. She's hysterical. She does a Billie Eilish video review. Hysterical, funny. You need to watch her if you haven't seen her, Miranda. Okay, so anyway, enough on that topic. That wasn't my own topic my only topic I want to discuss. I'm going to tell you guys how I'm doing on this eating plan thing, okay? I know a lot of you have said, oh, Dee Dee, you look so much thinner. And yeah, I lost a little bit of weight. Whoop-de-doo. Not as much as I had hoped by now, but I lost some weight. It only takes one party with a bunch of high carb stuff to get the chin to start coming back. Now it's starting to go away again because I'm eating sensible again. But I want to talk to you about what I'm doing this week, okay? So I decided, and feel free to comment. It's not all about me. I'm filling in airspace here, okay? Because I'm trying to kill some time before I got to start tutoring again after Matthew heads to work. All right, so I have been doing what's called plateauing, and I think I spelled plateauing totally wrong. Oh, yes, I did. It's A-U, not U-A. Plateauing. So, I am at 197.7 pounds, according to my new scale. And I didn't write down my measurements, but I can tell you that my weight has gone up slightly, like a half a pound. My waist has gone down a little bit, about an inch. My hips are the same, and underneath my belly, I think has gone down. I can't remember. Anyways, so I'm kind of holding steady is what's going on. And I've been busting my tail end with the whole OMAD thing. So I'm pretty proud of myself with my progress. I think it could be a lot worse. I could have gained 10 pounds or 5 pounds or whatever. I didn't gain anything. I'm pretty much staying even keel right now. Anyways, so I was thinking about OMAD, and yes, I'm still kind of doing OMAD. If I get hungry later, I just eat like some kind of a protein. Anything that's not high carb, I will let myself eat. So it's kind of OMAD plus. Uh-huh. Oh goodness, what just happened here? Oh, I know. Colleen Ballinger's wonderful. She's gorgeous. She's a beautiful lady. And her baby's adorable. All right, so I'm glad you've heard of her, Kim. Yeah, Miranda Sings is the person you want to check out for some good comedy. She's a little bit crass sometimes, I have to say, but she's really not too bad. Okay, so anyways, so I woke up this morning ravenously hungry, and I had to kind of look at this situation about my appetite. Um, Saturday was the party. We ate tacos. I had gluten-free tortillas. I had a few tortilla chips. I had a cupcake and a cookie, I think. And then yesterday, I had more cake. Okay, so small wonder this stuff starts trying to come back on my face. It's going to happen. It's liquid, water weight. Your body holds on to it. Your insulin goes up. You're going to put on a pound usually, maybe a couple pounds, whatever. It's normal. Your weight's going to go up and down anyways. So I didn't beat myself up over that. But what I did do was I decided to go back in my fitness pal and look and see what the line's doing. You guys have seen me do that for each section, and not only just the weight, the waist, the hips, and all that measurement stuff, but what was I eating at the time when the line was the lowest. And what I figured out was this. And here's my lovely misspelling of the word plateauing. All right, so what I figured out was this. Okay, be safe, Kim. So plateauing is not a terrible thing. I made myself a chart. I went back into my fitness pal. I looked at where the weight stayed steady or like dropped down. The line was the lowest on the chart in 3 months. And I figured out that was from August 12th to August 18th. Yeah, Flynn, his name is Miranda's son. Which I think that's a cute name for him too. And it's such a Miranda type name. She just comes up with unique stuff all the time. So when that lower line was there, I went back and I thought, okay, let's see where my macros were. Where was the protein? Where was the carbs? Where were the fats? And where were my calories also? So what I figured out was Monday calories were at 1,512. Tuesday 1,089. Wednesday 895, Thursday 953, Friday 1199, and Saturday 1445, and Sunday 594. So my calories were cycling, which is good. So it was like a couple high days, then a medium, moderate day, then kind of higher a little bit, then real high, then moderately high, and then back down to low, which is what you want to do. If you are obese, like I am, you want to calorie and carb cycle. That is what has worked for me better than anything I've done. I mean, along with whatever plan that I have tried. I've been doing the calorie carb cycle. Then my carbs were, I'll read you Monday through Sunday. So starting with Monday, 64, 74, 97, 82, 99, 74, 92, which are good carbs. Now, carbohydrates on the keto cycle have to stay to 20. I ain't doing that. That just about kills me. I can't do that. I have low blood sugar. I have problems with it. It's not that I can't do it, it's that I won't do it because I like having treats. I'm a human being and I'm going to eat some treats once in a while. So if I keep my carbs cycling, that also helps. So we had the low carb, high carb, high carb, high carb, moderate carb, high carb. Now, I decided that maybe if I drop my carbs a little lower this time around for this week, I will do a little bit better. So I decided to tweak that. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Then my protein is supposed to kind of stay around 25 grams a day. Protein people get way too much of. We overdo the whole protein thing with all these protein shakes, protein bars, protein fiber bars, and protein, and you really don't need as much protein as a lot of people are eating, believe it or not. So my proteins were 24, 63, 63, 56, 69, 57, 16. So not terrible, maybe a little bit high, but we're not going to worry about that. If you're like in the 50s or even 60s in protein, it's not going to kill you. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, and it's not going to hurt your weight loss. But if you're eating like tons and tons of protein, you are taxing your adrenals. You may be causing kidney problems. It takes a lot of effort for the body to process foods. And I know this because I know how my body feels when I eat certain things. Now let's talk about sugar. So my sugars for the week were 4, 22, 1, 47, 34, 33, 48. It was kind of interesting to me that my sugars were only 4 and 1 on a couple days because I really wasn't paying that much of attention to specifically sugars, but I was paying attention to carbs. So when you're watching your carbs, usually your sugars will go with it, unless you're one of these people that think you have to eat carb free and then not carb free, fat free, and then they add sugar to it sometimes. Something like that. Something free and then they add sugar. I think it's fat free. And I don't eat fat free or sugar free. I'll eat low sugar stuff. Usually stevia sweetened stuff is what I eat. So I don't really have too much trouble with keeping my sugar reasonable. So this week, this is the plan. I said all that to say this. Monday, this is for those of you that have been following my weight loss journey. Monday, 55 grams of carb. I'm trying to stick around 55 as a baseline. If I go a little over it, big flipping deal. I don't care. Tuesday, 65 grams. Wednesday, 88 grams. Thursday, 75 grams. Friday, 98 grams. Saturday, 77, and Sunday, 95. So I'm kind of keeping it in line with what I just shared with you from this past week. I'm going to still keep going, up, down, down, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So on the days that I have high carbs, I will be having low fat. On the days that I'm having low carbs, I will be eating high fat. And then my protein will be between 50 and 70 grams a day. Fiber will be 25 grams or more. Fiber was the thing I didn't talk about last week on last week's chart. You need to be getting enough fiber. Fiber is what bulks up the stuff you eat and you get rid of it in your waste, which is good because that's what you want to do. You want to sweat it out. You want to eliminate it in the bathroom. That is how you lose weight. I don't mean to be crass, but that's the truth of it. I once did a study on that. I'm like, I know all these people like shrink down, but where does the fat go? You know, it just, they're heavy and then the next minute they're like thin. I mean, where does it go? Well, it goes out in the toity. That's where it goes. And that's what you want to happen. Though you don't want to give yourself high amounts of diarrhea either. So I decided to set a goal for myself this week. I will daily eat fish, cheese, nuts or nut butter, lentils. And then for fiber, I will have chia and flax seeds and hemp. So I got it figured out. Fiber every day, protein every day in little amounts, low carb, and lower sugar. So that's pretty much my plan. And if I eat a big breakfast, I'll just eat something small without a lot of carbs in it later on. Same thing if I only eat one meal a day and it's lunch or dinner, I'll just eat a protein in the morning, maybe some hard boiled eggs or something. Seems to be working. I'm happy. I feel like I have a lot of energy. Um, yeah, and fat cells will shrink. That's true, One Love. Very true. Fat cells will shrink. I'm going to bring One Love's comment up here. One Love, do you want to come on panel for a little while with me? I got to go wake up Matthew anyway and get him ready to wake up for work. He's been sleeping. Here, I'm just going to post my link if you want to come on up. Come on up. We can talk about this some more if you want. Because honestly, that's all I really had to talk about anyways. Or whatever any of y'all want to talk about. So yeah, this Billie Eilish person, very interesting individual. She was homeschooled, so was her brother. She's very super close to her brother. They write songs together. And she's very eccentric and very much marches to the beat of her own drum. And so you can imagine why I kind of am drawn to find out more. Because I'm that way. I march to the beat of my own drum. And I kind of like who I am. And I like the fact that she changes her style of clothes as the mood hits her. Kind of like me. I just do me and everybody else can do them. And I can like it or lump it.
Woo!
Yay! I have found.
You mentioned protein shakes, so I went and made one.
I got you thirsty.
Yeah, it's pumpkin spice.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, it's that time of year, you guys.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's getting a little bit to where it's almost chilly sometimes. I love it. I don't like the heat.
And I was craving Taco Bell, but Taco Bell is too far away, so that's good.
Yeah. True. So I
and you're totally right about that chin thing. About how when you have more carbs, it's just we're retaining water. When you have carbs, it like helps you retain water, and it shows up in our chin.
It does. It's terrible. Or if I eat too much candy, like chocolate or something, I'll break out. I never get this unless I eat tons of chocolate. And I love chocolate, so it's kind of hard, but I just don't have it around. If it's not here, I'm not eating it. I found that out about myself. If it's here, I'm going to eat it. There's a cake in the freezer. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have me a piece of cake. I guarantee it. I like cake. And I like the frosting especially.
Yep, I don't like to have things around that are too tempting.
So I ate a piece of cake first thing this morning, and then I had a huge breakfast because I was determined I was going to try to do the one meal a day for breakfast instead. Because I was craving breakfast. I'm like, that's weird because I don't usually crave breakfast. But I was. So I had 2 eggs, 5 slices of turkey bacon, and some strawberries and raspberries. And I had some oatmeal, which is another thing. I never eat oatmeal, but I thought they're saying it's filling and it's fiber and it helps you go to the bathroom. So that can't be a bad thing. So I had me a bowl of oatmeal with some more berries and some chia seeds in it and some milk. So
Mm.
I was quite full when I was done and quite content. I was like, okay, I'll at least try to get through the lunchtime. It's already almost 3 o'clock and I've been fine all day. I've been tired though. So I'm thinking the tryptophan in the turkey knocked me for a loop because turkey does that to me.
When I eat oatmeal, it keeps me full for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. So I tried that, and maybe tomorrow I'll go back to eating lunch, my OMAD at lunch. So it's basically just shifting your intermittent fast type time, I guess. I
Yeah.
do intermittent fasting with a little tiny snack in between, usually. A little protein snack, usually a cheese chip, fried cheese in the skillet.
So far, it's just not too complicated what I'm doing. It's just that 8 hour eating window.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll make tweaks, within that 8 hour window and end up creating a whole new plan.
I know. I do the same thing. I mean, I get bored or it just doesn't feel like it's working the way I want it to. And I'm like, okay, let's try this. Let's try that. I
You
figure,
got to keep it exciting, Dee Dee.
yeah, your weight's going to go up and down anyway. So, I mean, I use a scale once a week, but if I see a pound gain, or they say to give yourself a 10-pound leeway. So, as long as you're not past that 10 pounds, either way, you're fine.
That's right. Half a pound is nothing. That's water. That really is water.
Yeah,
And what
exactly.
really matters is your inches, and you're losing inches.
Yep, that I am. And then I
How
leave,
your clothes fit, that tells you.
yeah, well, my pants fit pretty well. Even like my size 16s are fitting pretty good these days. So,
Mm-hmm.
pretty happy about that. I'm in about a 16, 18 still. And that's okay. I mean, it's better than a 2024, which is
Yeah,
what I
you're
used
not
to be in.
kidding.
I used to be in that. I was bigger than the broadside of a barn,
I didn't like it when I was looking like a muffin.
right? I know.
I mean, it's like, no, I don't want to look like a muffin. I just want things to be nice and smooth.
Yeah, exactly. Did you ever try the, what are they called? They're shapewear. I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, where you pull it up
Yeah,
and
that stuff don't work worth.
there's all different kinds, Dee Dee. And there was one I tried. I can't remember that genie one.
Oh yeah, the genie. Yeah, I did the genie
Um,
bra.
those work if I think they work if you just got some minor issues going on.
Yes, shape mint.
Yeah, I
That's what
mean,
it's called. I ordered one. I ordered the panty. I even did a video of it. There was no difference. No. And I swear, I don't know. Maybe they got twins that do their little
it was a
rituals.
CD. It was a smoother bulge.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it does. And then you can't breathe in the dumb things. I'm
I
like
know.
pulling it up and like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna die. Oh my god, is it worth it to look thinner? No, I want to breathe.
It's the new girdle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the idea is great if it works, but and they're like, oh, there's so much breathing room. No, there isn't. You feel like you're suffocating.
That's for minor issues.
I don't think I could even wear it with a minor issue because anything pushing my stomach makes me feel like someone's sitting on top of me.
Well, I mean, it seems like if it's just where you got the lower bump,
Hmm.
and it's not in the middle, it's all good. But once you're trying to address the bump in the middle, the flotation device that's built in, well, then you can't breathe. You already can't breathe.
Well, thankfully, when I lost the weight that I did, that upper bump started moving downward. So it's mostly in the lower part. I still got a little bit up here, but the lower part is the part that annoys me the most. Because when you're trying to zip your darn pants, you got this bulge right there because all your weight goes right down your body,
Mm-hmm.
sits on
Yeah.
your lap.
Yeah, that's the last to go, a DD, is that bump. It's the very last thing that goes.
Yeah, I know. Maybe by Christmas.
Yep. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping to have my shoulder blades by then. I think they're
Right.
I love how the shoulder blades look. I'm not talking about like anorexic looking, but you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
How are you doing with the bat wing thing that all the old ladies get? Do you have any bat wings yet on your arms? The hang.
No, it seems like they're actually getting more firmer since I've been doing like more protein in my diet and
That's good.
stuff
I
like
like the
that.
weights. I do
And
little hand weights and I do this thing behind your back, whatever you call it, lateral, whatever's. I can do
what's
that
really
pretty well.
bad is when you have that weight loss surgery. Oh my goodness, the loose skin that those women have, it's like horrible. They almost need surgery to take care of that.
I've heard so many cons to the weight loss surgery that I probably will never have it because
Mm, I won't.
I know a lady that had it and is now an alcoholic, and they've linked alcoholism to the surgery because it messes up your hormones and all kinds of other stuff. I'm not exactly sure why it causes that problem, but yeah, they've been doing studies on it and they're linking it to a definite cause. There's people that have never drank in their life that start drinking. They start craving whatever's in the alcohol.
Well, the thing for me that's scary about it is you're not able to absorb all your nutrients.
Right.
I
That
mean,
too.
how can that be good?
Right. And you can only eat this much food. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. When we mess with God, what God has created, it kind of bothers me because I think there's going to be problems no matter what it is.
Yeah, and then the weight loss is so fast that it's not healthy.
Yeah,
It's too fast. So
I
I'm
think
going to
so.
stay as far away from any kind of surgery like that as
You've
possible.
had enough
Just that,
surgery.
huh? Yeah, I've had enough
You
surgery.
don't need any. I don't need any either. I've had two surgeries already. Well, two procedures, colonoscopy and the DNC. That was enough for me. Thank you.
And
Oh,
I've
and then
had
the tooth
those
pulled.
too. I mean, I don't know. I've had lots of medical procedures done.
Yeah, I get to go for the mammogram next week.
Oh, I hate
Good
those.
old mammos.
And I'm always worried about getting those because it's like with all the radiation I've had, just with, all this
Hmm.
bone stuff, and then you're going to shoot it into my upper chest region. And not only that, you're going to squish it like a pancake. And
Yeah. Well, and then there's all those false positive readings that they get and they freak you out. We need you to
mhm.
come back for another one. That happened to me once because I got in a car accident and I had a
Me too.
seatbelt wound across here.
I didn't have the car accident, but I had to come back for a false, one of
Yeah.
those redos.
Mine was just from the adenoma underneath the skin from the car accident, from the seatbelt.
Oh.
The shoulder belt caught me right here, and I had a big bruise across both chestises.
So when are you going in again for that mammo?
Wednesday next week, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
coming up.
oh, whoa, whoa. Be sure to take some pain reliever.
Eh, that doesn't bother me any.
No.
I'm big busted too, so there's enough for him to grab. Put up on the
Yeah, I
plate.
know. Hey,
I always feel bad for those women that don't have a chest. That must
I know.
hurt.
Very, very much so, I'm sure. I don't even
Oh,
know how they do it.
that would be rough. I'm thankful they have those procedures because there have been cases where they've caught them early enough and saved people's lives. I mean, there's always risk with the radiation and stuff, but
And there's so many different kinds
yeah,
of cancer. And I know my Aunt Jane, she was in her 40s when she died of that. And that was back in the 80s. So
I
that's
know.
before they really, that was way before when they didn't know, is what they know now.
Uh huh. I know grandmothers, aunts have passed away because of that kind of stuff too. It's terrible.
Hmm.
Of course, my grandmother was a smoker for years, and when she finally quit after like years doing it, it was too late. It had already done the damage. She died
Yep.
from it anyways. Oh, you are awake.
Am I? Or is this just your imagination?
No, it's not my imagination. You're awake. See everybody, he's awake.
Hi, Matt.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
I was saying hi to them. Why would I say hi to you?
You're looking right at me saying hi. Don't push this swing over with me on it.
I was trying. You're too heavy.
You're going to hurt your back more than it already hurts.
Thanks for waking me up.
It just turned 3, okay?
I was see you getting up though.
Because you were already out here, you goof.
But you didn't know that.
Okay, you know what? You could go back and watch my live where I said I need to wake you up.
Sure, Laura.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyways. I can't help it that you beat me to the punch, dude.
Hey, that subject on hoarding would be a good interview.
On what?
Well, you're talking about hoarding and decluttering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could talk about what it was like to grow up in a hoarder house.
Yeah. Because, I mean, for me, I can't stand it when people are trying to clutter up my surfaces. And then you feel cluttered, and it affects your mood. It affects how it feels in your house.
Well, I think it affected my mom more than me because I didn't really realize it was going on. To me, my dad collected stuff. We called him a collector. And that's all I knew was we lived in a house with a guy that liked to collect a lot of really weird artifacts and stuff. And his whole family was like that. Just like cluttered dressers and stuff like that. Although he really had the illness. And then we found out that both his uncles had it also, or cousins. I think they were cousins. And two of the brother cousins had it really bad.
You want to give me a hug? I'm gonna get ready.
You're gonna head out? Love you.
Love you too.
Have a good day at work.
No, I will.
Ride safely.
I won't.
Yeah, you will. You need to.
I'm gonna ride recklessly in the middle of the road the whole way.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I will.
Like, I'm constantly having to clear off my new piece of furniture I put by the door, which is like a little bench you would sit on, and then you would put your shoes in the little compartments. And there's like little drawers if you want to have little odds and ends in there. He keeps loading stuff on there. I'm talking about John. Keeps loading stuff on there. And I said, don't you recognize this is for decor? Do you not recognize that this table over here is decoration?
Gotta
This
recognize
is not where you're supposed to be setting all of your everything you can imagine, from shavers to toothpicks to pens.
Hi, Martha.
Just any odds and ends, just and any surface that's open that he can find.
Yep, I know. Pack rats.
So I just keep picking the stuff up and throwing them in drawers.
Connie. She didn't recognize you with your shirt on. That's kind of funny.
It does sound good.
Yeah, that might be my treat later when I start craving food. Might have me some salmon. Nope, don't have any Kroger near me.
I gotta head over to the grocery store. I don't know what I'm making tonight.
Yeah.
No clue. Don't you hate that, Dee Dee, when you don't know what you want to eat?
Well, yeah, especially when you do the intermittent fasting, you don't crave stuff. So you're not thinking food all the time. And then especially if you're living with someone that's eating a regular 3 meals a day and they're like, what's for blah, blah, blah? What's for dinner? What's for lunch? I don't know. I'm not even thinking of food. Go make yourself something. Go grab something. Seriously, it happens all the time with Matthew. He's like, oh, yeah, that's right. You don't eat. I only eat one main meal, so no, I'm not looking for any food. Trying to lose weight, not gain it.
Right. I think I'm gonna have to ask my son what he feels like for dinner. Then he'll make that decision.
Yeah. I think it's so interesting how different we can look on camera. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, every different shirt I wear, different ways I wear my hair, it's all different. I look like a different person every time I film a video.
I know I do.
And my background's different.
I remember when I got real skinny from being real heavy and I had to show my ID to someone in Oregon. I forget what it was. I think it was because I was using my debit card. And she goes, "Wow, I've seen people lose weight, but man, you look like you're not even the same person."
Yeah, that's true. That's how it
And
gets.
I do look like a completely different person when I'm skinny.
I do too, actually. I mean, I somewhat look the same. My face does, but yeah, overall, I think we all do. Everybody does. Um.
And you do look a lot younger when you're skinny.
Mm-hmm. True.
So,
Unless you smoke, then you look older anyway.
yeah, well, then you look shriveled.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you can tell people that have led the hard life.
You can. Ah, chili.
Oh, yeah, fall is almost here.
I love
Chili.
chili. No, I'm going to be having lentils later. Lentil burgers, actually.
Oh, lentil burgers.
Oh
Never
yeah.
heard.
I'm going to make some lentil burgers. I found a really cool guy on YouTube that makes them. I'm going to learn how to make them. I'm going to do his recipe.
Awesome.
I'm walking into the shed.
That would make for a good video, Edie.
I love you. Have a good day.
No,
You look so handsome.
I try. All right, see you later.
All right. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I can't wait to make them because it's a totally different recipe than I've ever made. So I'm pretty excited about it. I might do it on camera, possibly. We'll see.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll make Mexican tonight. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
had
thought.
tacos the other day, so
I really want fried green tomatoes, but where am I going to get the green tomatoes?
right. I don't know. Don't know anybody I can tell you that has them. So
I remember I bought them once. I can't remember where I was, and I thought, "Oh, cool! I can't believe they're selling green tomatoes." But I'm in the mood for it. And what do you know? That was the movie I had on today too. Fried green tomatoes. I love that
mhm.
movie. Have you seen that, Dee Dee?
What's that?
Fried green tomatoes.
Yes, yes, I have.
It's one of my favorites.
I think it was a sad movie, if I recall. I remember
It is sad. It is sad, but it's also funny at
funny.
times.
I remember laughing a lot and crying a lot on that movie.
Like, yeah, it's a back and forth thing, and it really says a lot about friendship, you know?
Yep. Did you get the link that I posted in your room about the G12 thing?
I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
The cult.
The cult? You mean it's called G12?
Yeah, it's called G12.
I've never heard of it.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, no, I don't know if I got the link.
Okay.
I have to look.
This dumb computer of Matthew's that has the great visual abilities on it where everybody can see me so clearly does not let you copy paste anything. It won't let the right button does not work on it for some stupid reason.
So G12 is an actual name of a new cult.
Oh, it's not new. It's been around a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are some highlights about this particular cult?
I'm about to tell you.
All right.
So first of all, the 12 comes from the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 disciples that Jesus had. They originally called it the government of 12 principles, I guess. And it's a hierarchy, pyramid scheme, of course, like most
Mhm.
cults can be. The pastor trains 12 people. They're the cell group leaders. And then they are responsible to disciple 12 other people in the group.
Oh my goodness, are they getting creative with themselves? Why don't they
Mhm.
just come right out and say we're an MLM?
And then, well, there's the Bible mixed in there somewhere too.
Yeah, but that's just to grab people that believe in God. I mean, that's so mean.
I know. So then, of course, they're supposed to go out and recruit. You know how that goes.
Yep.
And then those cell members eventually become leaders because they're only allowed to have 12 in the group.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to break off and start your own group.
Oh my.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll tell you more in a minute. I want to get some of these comments up here.
Martha has a bunch of green tomatoes in her garden, and I can't get them.
I know.
It is annoying cooking when you're not hungry.
Uh-huh.
Still got to feed the family.
I know. So this group was started by a guy named Cesar Castellanos, and he was from, I believe, Colombia. I thought either Colombia or the Philippines. I can't remember. It doesn't even say on here where it's from. Let's see. It should say in the first part of it. Bogota, Colombia. Yeah. Uh-huh. This pastor believed that God spoke to him in a vision and told him to start G12. Mm-hmm. New Apostolic Reformation. God has raised up present-day apostles to continue the work of the apostles in the Scripture. It's also called the Toronto Blessing, Health and Prosperity, Name It and Claim It. Now, don't go there because I believe in name it and claim it to an extent. So we won't tromp on my toes today.
Sometimes, Dee Dee, I just get so tired of all the different weirdness in our world.
I know. All right.
It's never ending. There's always another one popping up.
Yeah, you're going to start the KISS church. Keep it simple, stupid.
That's good.
Or keep it simple, saints, I guess, if you don't want to call people stupid.
Yeah, feed.
I didn't feel you guys yesterday. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so, let's see. So the government of 12, and if you're not on board with that, then you are opposing God.
That's right. They all say that. They all say if you're not part of their cult, you're rejecting God. Because let's not forget, those men have turned themselves into God, but yet they're trying to say they're serving God.
Exactly. That is true. There wasn't much on it on this thing. G12 core values. Okay, let's see what their core values are. Strategy and core values. So you're going to have 3 people in your original group, and each member prays and asks God to send them 3 friends that don't yet believe.
This is hilarious, Dee Dee.
What am I missing?
Dee Dee, this is hilarious. I can't believe somebody had the audacity to sit here and create a religion that they're so blatantly functioning like an MLM.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they're putting God in there. I mean, but it's so obvious.
So then they have to make phone contact with these people that don't yet believe, of course, and share Jesus and invite them into the cell meeting. And then they invite them into the church service. So there's 5 steps. Those are your 5 steps. Recruit, brainwash.
Yep. Recruit. Will you recruit by love bombing?
Yes. So then there's something called consolidation. You got to keep them in the church so they can be discipled. So you make sure that you find out everything you can about the person. Let them know you're praying for them genuinely. Arrange for a home visit. Make sure you get in nice, up and close and personal and violate their boundaries while you're at it. And then make sure you assess their needs. As we used to say in sales training, find the need, get the lead.
There you go.
Yep. And then you're going to walk through the pre-encounter with the person. The pre-encounter. That's 4 lessons that they take to prepare them for the encounter weekend, where the full brainwashing can take place.
The gathering at the assembly or the convention or the whatever
Uh-huh.
other name you come up with.
Yep. So they're going to cover topics like new birth, our salvation, power of scriptures, and principles of deliverance. Maybe cast a few devils out while they're at it. Okay. So then the Encounter with God weekend is like a 3-day retreat. It's their first experience of coming face to face with God and dealing with all the negative things in their life and getting cleansed from all of that and filled with the Holy Spirit. Probably with tongues, I'm guessing, is usually what's included there.
I've never experienced that part of
Glossolalia, they call it.
I've never experienced the tongues thing that you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure that Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in it because I had a friend that was a JW and she did not like me much.
Yeah, we're taught it's evil.
Yes, exactly. It's of the devil.
Yeah.
Then the post-encounter. So you got to have 10 more lessons after the pre-encounter and the encounter. Now you got the post-encounter because now you have to have the word of God to deal with the attacks of Satan. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You should use the Bible to fight the devil. I agree with that. And then they teach you how to overcome temptation, flesh, sin, devil, and all that stuff. It will create greater fruitfulness in the disciples and retention of the new believers. Retention. I hate that word.
You know what, Dee Dee? There isn't all bad in these cults. They lace it with some truth.
Of course.
But then they also lace it with untruth.
Yes, they do. Okay, then there's discipleship. So after, I like this, after new believers have been consolidated, they need to be disciples.
Consolidated. That sounds like we're at a board meeting.
Sounds like a bunch of plaster in a bucket to me. I'm consolidating this plaster. Ay. Okay, so discipleship's going to equip everybody to obey the doctrine, the Great Commission.
Obey the doctrine.
You know all about that. Okay, here's the 3 levels of the School of Leaders. There's the doctrine of salvation, repentance, Word of God, and Holy Spirit. Family stuff also is covered. Then the G12 vision. Here we go. Cell group and strategies for growth. It's going to teach them how to solve problem and choose a leadership team. Teaching about intercession, evangelism, and service. Cells and ministry. Then it's going to teach them how to be a leader and recruit people for themselves. All right.
Sounds like sales.
And then the last part is send them out. Send. Go ye.
Yes.
Go ye.
Go ye and recruit.
You're going to lead your own open cell group. You're going to develop your cell. And we're going to multiply. Multiplication.
All over the world.
All over. It fulfills Jesus' statement, where 2 or more come together in my name, there I am with them, in the midst of them. Matthew 18:20.
Which could be outside of their organization, but whatever.
And you're supposed to model your character after your leader.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Well, that's saying model your character after a man.
I know.
That is so disgusting. That irritates me, Dee Dee.
Well, I mean, Paul in the Bible said, follow me as I follow Christ, but
that's different.
That's different.
He's not, he's pointing it to Christ.
Yeah. Right.
And
don't follow.
They're not even pointing to Christ. They're saying to model after your leader, which is a man. I mean, they're just flat out saying it.
So here's their core values. Number 1, I am a true disciple, Christ-likeness, and multiplying ministry. 2, caught by the vision, understand, live, and transmit the vision. Caught, all right. Caught in the net.
Transmit it.
Committed to cell life, evangelism, leadership, multiplication, passionate spirituality, devotional life, prayer and fasting and holiness, submission to authority. Got to throw that in there.
Whoa, wait, stop. Whoa. What authority? Man or God?
Love, honor, and respect my leaders.
Whoa, men?
Keep in mind, this is Colombia and Argentina and places like that where we got dictators that kill you
Woo!
sooner than talk to you.
Oh,
Oh,
it's so irritating to me.
I know. It is. I'm way behind in this, I think. Maybe not. Okay, I'm okay. All right. Then we got commitment to time. Manage and invest my time for the kingdom. That's right. Let the church take over your life so you're neglecting your home responsibilities. Why not?
That's right.
I
You
know how
just
that
said
is.
it. Mm-hmm.
Lifelong relationship, accountable and responsible. I love equipping and training. That's number 8. Training is my happy hour. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Number 9, I am a leader of 12 disciples. I am born to multiply. 12 or 10, accomplishing church goal setting. I support, help, and fulfill the goals. 11, I want to see my church grow, pray, work, and pay. Pay? Okay.
hey,
Pay.
you know there is money at the end of that
Apparently,
rainbow.
there's that pot of gold at the rainbow. 12, the importance of young people. I will prepare the next generation. I will recruit while they are
Woo!
young and vulnerable and innocent and can't see what's hitting them. That's how we
Mm-hmm.
do it.
That's right.
Yes. That's a
Recruit,
true cult.
recruit. And honor and do not question the authority figures in the organization.
Mm-hmm. That's how they do it. Okay, see ya. You too. Enjoy your holiday. I keep forgetting it's a holiday.
Yeah, it is.
It's not over in where I'm going to be tutoring. Saudi Arabia, I don't think they celebrate this day as a holiday.
Nope. No, they do not.
They have their own holidays where they kill the goats or whatever they eat and fast and meditate, pray to Allah, and all that stuff.
Yeah, they do that every day.
5 times a day.
Yeah. That's their culture.
I said I should start praying 7 times a day because 7's God's number.
It certainly is. The power of 7.
I'll start my own little group. The 7-day or 7-time timers.
The 7 timers.
The 7 timers. You got to pray 7 times a day or you can't be in our little group.
And the 7th time will be a charm.
7th time, you got to send me money to my GoFundMe because it's pray and pay, remember?
Yeah, pray and pay. We got to come up with our own little slogans.
That's funny.
Our own little thought-stopping techniques.
Yeah, there's some thoughts I'd like to stop on YouTube, all right.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I know. Not going to happen. I am going to get off of here around 3:50-ish because I'm going to do some tutoring today. I have not quite made my quota yet. My 150 mark. I have not hit it. I'm at 116.28. I got a ways to go.
Yeah.
And since I canceled some of my tutoring times, they took away my priority times. So I can't book people. They can't see my schedule to book me. So they have to just kind of count on when I'm visible and
How long are you grounded, so to speak?
Till Wednesday at 2.
Okay. All right.
It's just a couple of days, 3 days usually. Second time it's happened.
Yep.
I'm a rebel.
Yes.
Ouch.
That you are.
Ooh. Ouchie. Sorry you got stung by a bee. Hi, Robbie. You too. Have a beautiful day. Hey, Robbie, wait before you go. Have you heard any of Billie Eilish's music and what do you think of her?
I never even heard of Billie Eilish.
Oh, it's really something. Really
That's
something.
why I didn't know what the heck you were talking about. And I'm like, you're saying I've been watching Billie Eilish videos. I'm like, well, I've been watching fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, I know. Well, my granddaughter's really into that kind of music, and I'm like, I want to see what she's might get hooked into here. And yeah, there's some things in there that probably shouldn't be actually in videos at all.
Hey, that's what I'm not understanding. Like, okay, Okay, they say that our videos, which are so tame, are not suitable for all advertisers, but yet look at the stuff that they have on TV and look at the commercials themselves. They're like pornographic, you know? I mean, do you know what
Yep.
I'm talking about? The commercials of the very advertisers that claim, I'm so confused, Dee Dee. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, how come they put commercials on all that stuff?
I don't know.
I always thought if you keep your language clean, right, and you're not too graphic about what it is you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
that it should be okay.
Yep. Well, it's amazing because this girl is only 17 years old. She was homeschooled. She has Tourette's syndrome, and and she's got depression too. Her songs kind of reflect that, I think. But she's very, very close to her brother, and her brother and her write songs together, and all of her songs she performs are originals. She writes her own music.
I'll have to look her up.
It's kind of interesting to me because there's been many times, like when I had my old car, my Corolla, I would sit in the car and like tunes would come to my head, and I'd just sit there and record them into my phone. I'd just start singing. And I don't know where that phone is or if it even works anymore, but I need to start doing that because that's how she started writing her music. I need to start writing my own songs. I mean, I definitely know how to take other people's tunes and put them to music, as we've heard from the past parodies I've done.
Yes, which were very funny. You should have a playlist of all your parodies, or do you already?
I think I have, I don't know, not sure. Yeah, Lady Gaga. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Say Robbie. I agree. Well, when my granddaughter was all gung ho on her, I'm like, I got to check this out because I want to be more connected to what my grandkids are getting into and whatever. Like, I didn't even know my grandson wanted to be a chef. I had no idea. My sister in law knew. She's like, oh, yeah, he always wants to come over and cook stuff. Nobody told me that. I asked his mom, my daughter, what do I get him for his birthday? I don't know. Why don't you tell me get him something chef like or cooking wise?
What did you get them?
Just gave him $5 because I couldn't figure out anything to get him. And I
I
was looking right at a knife and a cutting board. I was gonna grab it for him. It was on clearance.
Oh,
I was gonna get him something else. She's like, he won't use it, Mom. Okay, I'll just give him $5 then because I don't know. And I was pressed for time because I had to get there and help her set up for the party. Cut lots of tomatoes.
well, next time you're going to get a gift, you know where to look.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You just had to find out at that moment in time.
I hope he does become a cook too. Somebody said, oh, well, his tastes will change a lot over the years. I said, I hope they don't. I hope he does become a cook. We don't have a chef in the family. It would be nice to have a chef in the family.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Can have all kinds of fancy, different kinds of meals you never heard of before.
Exactly. Okay, see you, Robbie. I know I'm about to
Bye,
start
Robbie.
in a little while too.
The sun is like shining. I have a feeling I'm going to get outside. I know that it cheers me up when I'm in the sun.
Yeah.
The house is too shady.
I know. I purposely go out, and that's one of the things the guy for the OMAD diet says is make sure you get some sunshine every day. Make sure you get out there and get sunshine. And get.
I heard we're supposed to be getting about 20 minutes a day of sun.
Mm-hmm. It's good for us. We are creatures of the earth that crave sunlight and water and earth and all that jazz.
All that jazz.
The elements.
That's right. I think I'm just going to get in my car and see where I end up.
Yeah.
You know, because I really don't know what I want to do today. I don't know if I want to go hiking. I don't know what I want to do.
Yep.
I just know I want to be outside.
Yeah, I hate when that happens when you're just like, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do this. It's like irritating.
I'm gonna take Archer with me. We'll see what kind of trouble we can get in.
That's when I break out the nail polish. I'm gonna polish my nails if I can't find anything else to do. I'm gonna
Oh,
do
and
design
that
little
too.
flowers on them.
I want to do my nails because mine are a mess.
I
They
remind
really are. Yesterday I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, just pretend that they were meant to look like that.
Yep. I know I haven't even finished painting mine because Matthew has a headache when I start painting them in the shed. So I have to wait till he goes to work. And now he's at work, so I'm going to paint him.
Maybe I'll do that, Dee Dee.
There you go. Design
And
your...
also, now I got the free trial on Stars, and maybe I can find some other like fun, feel good movies to watch.
Yeah.
I want to find some feel good movies today.
I like documentaries. I'm a documentary person, but it depends what it's about. I might watch Hoarders. I enjoy Hoarders a lot too. The show.
Yeah.
I sit there and say, "Oh, I couldn't do that. Good for that therapist. I could not even." I would be yelling at that person. What do you mean you're saving it? You know you aren't going to flip and use it. Get rid of it.
Dee Dee, maybe they should have a show with you
Oh,
because you would be given a different. You'd be a different character.
Oh, good God. I'd be screaming. I would be in there. What do you mean you're going to use it? Let them put it on the darn truck. They went through all that trouble to get rid of your junk. Do you want to get rid of it or don't you? Cooper, get off the pot, lady. That's what I'd be telling them.
I definitely need someone to help me because I get too caught up in sentimental memories as I'm going through things. That's my problem. Then I'm like sitting there in the middle of all the boxes looking at old photos and, oh, remember this? And
see, I save all that stuff. I save photos. I save like little drawings the kids did. Not like tons of them. I don't have a lot of my kids' drawings. But I'll save stuff like that if I come across it. But I just got like old bills and old papers and notes that I took because I'm a note taker.
Well, my problem is I'm not getting to that stuff because I'm in the middle looking at all the pictures.
I know. I do that too, though. I do.
But if I have someone with me to keep me on track and say, okay, just let's set that stuff to the side and let's focus over here.
Yeah, that must be why my daughter calls me over all the time to help her clean her house because she gets distracted and she won't get it done. She gets feeling overwhelmed. She's like, "What are you doing with the broomsticks, Mom?" I said, "It's my square method. Just watch."
It's my square.
It's my square method. She goes out. She had to go do something. She comes back in. She's like, "Holy beep!" I said, "What?" She goes, "How on earth did you get this room clean?" Square method. I just square it off, 2 squares, move the square, do that part, move the square again until the whole room's done. That's how I do it. Otherwise, it looks like this big, humongous square that I can't even begin to figure out what I'm going to do what with.
And how the heck do you like part with things that you think you know, like I think, oh, I could recycle this, I could use it in another way. But the point being is you just really don't use it. But then all of a sudden, once you get rid of it, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I wish I still had that.
Oh, not me. I forget what I got rid of.
But I do know I can survive like wherever I go. Like when I had to move into the motel room. Do you know what I'm talking about? You would be amazed. You don't really need all that much.
Right. Like I went through the dishes again, and now Matthew and I have our 2 big rectangular blue plastic plates that have the sections in them, a long section and then a square section and then a round section. That's our plate. We each get one. And then we have 1 glass bowl each and 1 glass plate each to melt our cheese on and stuff in the microwave because you can't use plastic or you shouldn't. And that's it. The rest of them got put in the cat room. I'm not having them out in the kitchen because I don't want to do tons of dishes. And then the pans, I hate pots and pans because you're always using a different pan. You're always gumming it up with junk. And then you got to sit and soak it, go back and clean it. So I'm trying to eliminate some pans today. Later when I get in there, I'll do that. Cookie sheets, you only need a couple of those. You don't need 5 cookie sheets or pizza plates. Pizza plate.
I gotta admit, ever since I moved into this place, I've kept it pretty minimal when it comes to dishes and stuff.
Yeah, here I have that rolling cart that I got the other day from the neighbor's yard, and when we're done, if we eat in here, everything gets set on that rolling cart. And first thing in the morning when I go into the house, I take everything in with me. All the dirty dishes go into the kitchen. So we don't have dishes piling up in here because I'm not going to have this place turn into what that place was. I can't live like that again. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not doing it. But yeah, I pretty
Yeah.
much got the living room done, and then I got the kitchen nice and neat now. Just need to wipe down that stove because it looks unsightly. And then eventually I'll go in the cat room and clean that out. But I figure, hey, there's no hurry on that. It's just a bunch of clothes and some papers and books and stuff that I have to go through. Mostly papers. Most of my books are on the bookshelf out here or the bookshelf in there. So what I want to do is take the books that are on the bookshelf out there, bring them in here where the cans are, put them on those shelves and bring the cans in. Because
Yeah, that's a good idea.
cans aren't doing me any good. I can't cook anything out here.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
totally
it'll
right.
flipping. I'm always right. That's
You're
what Ricky
always
says. You're
right.
always right.
No, but seriously, that's a good idea to keep them in the house.
Yeah, because I'm not going to use them. Keep them where you're going to use them. You know, closest to where you're going to use them. So yeah, that's what I do. I still have not drunk this cup of coffee. I guess I'm not going to. That's all right. I don't need a full cup of coffee. I'm good. So I started my letting go series again. I'm on date number 2 now. So tomorrow I will be doing word power.
Word power.
Word power. Yes.
Okay, give me a little synopsis, little summary of what word power is.
Sooner or later, we will come to realize that if behavior doesn't match a person's words, we're allowing ourselves to be controlled, manipulated, deceived. Sooner or later, we will come to realize that talk is cheap unless the person's behavior matches it.
So actions, as the saying goes, actions speak louder than words.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean we have to be perfect.
Exactly.
It just means just get it.
Uh-huh. That's true, Martha. You homeschool, your kids will get good grades. Yep. They say some of them do better in homeschooling than in the school. It depends on the kid, I think. Because my eldest daughter, I homeschooled her through 4th to 9th grade, I think. And then she went into the high school and she came out and she pretty much could graduate as smart as she was already. So I think we taught her maybe 1 or 2 more years and then we were done. She graduated before senior year. And then my second eldest daughter, there was no way I was going to try to homeschool her. That was Anna. No. She did not like me. She would not listen to me. It was not happening. So I sent her to the public school. She did fine. She's a manager of Walmart. She's fine. She's fine.
I bet, and she probably wanted to go to school anyway.
She did. She was very social and wanted friends and felt that that would be entrapment, keeping her homeschooled. So God forbid we break her style and, you know, cage her in any way, shape, or form. She's a lot like me. She is
both
very
got
much
a break from each other.
Huh?
You both got a break from each other.
Well, she is the most like me of any of the children. As far as that feisty side goes, that's my Anna. And we do not get along at all. On her
That's
end,
why you clash. You're just clashing, you know?
Do. And then Randy, she was going to school. She was in 3rd grade and couldn't even read. So I would go to the school and complain to the school. And as the teacher was coming up the stairs at the one time when we were going to one of these conferences, and she's like, Mrs. Formholtz, because that was my name, Mrs. Formholtz, I know what you want to talk to me about. And I've done everything I can to help your daughter. We just don't have the resources to entertain her the way she needs to be. Something like that. And I'm like, wow, okay. I've decided what I'm doing. I'm going to pull her out.
That's right.
I didn't right away. And then I went back to college for a year. And my ex-husband's like, you need to pull her out and teach her. I said, why? He said, she's not learning anything. She can't read. She's falling behind. I'm like, yeah, but I just started college. I'm finding me now. Why would you saddle me with homeschooling a kid? This is my time. Me. He's like, well, I don't see any other option. All right, fine. So I pulled her for a year. Then my friend took her for a year and homeschooled her and got her reading within like months. I don't know how she did it,
Oh.
but she had her reading novels. This kid that could not even read basic language. I was amazed. And then
Well,
I,
I'm dyslexic, so reading was
she
hard
is
for
too.
me
She's
as a
dyslexic.
child. But my mom took one summer off with me and taught me how to read. And then by the second grade, the teacher was wondering what the heck the other teacher was talking about, how I wouldn't, I was so, her teacher was actually calling me stupid.
Uh-huh. Well, that's what happened with Randy too. She was dyslexic, is dyslexic still. Um
Hmm.
and yeah, and she also was an auditory learner. So you can't tell her read a book and then ask her questions about it. She doesn't know how to visually connect like that. She can't comprehend by just reading something. She has to hear it. So
Yeah, I like to read, and especially when I had to read fast in college,
mhm.
I liked to have the program where it would also say the words while I was reading it.
Yep, yep. That's what she needed too. And I saw that, and the school was too stupid to see that because they weren't very skilled at working with different learners. Everybody doesn't learn the same way. We are not carbon copy cookie cutters of each other.
They're actually catering to the top 1%. They don't really give a crap about the
They do,
majority.
and then they fall through the cracks.
That's right.
So after the third year of homeschooling, halfway through the year, she's like, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't feel like working. I'm like, well, you got to have some kind of schooling. And her father said, you can't force her, just leave her alone. So I left her alone, and she basically quit school in like ninth grade. And finally, one day she called me on the phone and said, Mom, I need you to sign some papers. I'm going to get my GED. Oh,
Oh,
okay. So she got her GED. Then she called me again. Mom, I need you to sign some papers. I'm going to hairstyling school. So she went through that. She passed that. She graduated. Doesn't want to do a thing with it. Hates it. Doesn't want anything to do with it. She said, I don't want to deal with those cranky customers. Wake up, I'm half asleep. I am? Really?
I am.
I'm wide awake.
I look tired. I
I'm
need
awake.
sunshine.
At least those stupid wrinkles are gone from under my eye from that Bell's palsy.
That's great.
There were 3 little wrinkles right here, making me look super old on one side of my face.
And you weren't going to be having that. Okay, obviously, this is a ridiculous person that needs to
Mhm.
get a life and would never put their face to their words because they're wimps.
And they can't
Wimps.
spell either.
They only know how to be bullies when you don't know who they are. They're not brave enough to be a bully and show their face.
Oh, they're from some other country, apparently. Kura?
Are you sure?
Well,
Well, put that thing back up there because it didn't seem so nice.
what thing back up there?
I don't know, whatever those words were.
The Neher? Neher?
See, ugly. The word ugly. Right when I see that, I don't think they're being very nice. Calm down. You might get a heart attack.
I'm probably healthier than you are. Truth be known, dude. I'm 53 years old
Put
and
your
I'm still
picture
kicking.
up. Put your picture up, dude. Maybe I'll actually listen to you then, you little wimp.
Yeah, you wimp. Where is your profile picture?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, really?
Acting all tough because no one can see ya.
Wow.
And you know what, Dee Dee? That's how they act in real life too. If they
I
do it
know.
online, they do it in real life. They do it when no one can see them doing it.
A lot of them do.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're wimps. Just my opinion. If I got something to say, I'm going to say it to your face. I'm not going to be. You know what you're getting with me. I'm not going to play no games and go behind your back.
Actually, I'm very healthy, Tea. I'm very healthy in spite of the fact that I am fat. Who cares? That's why I'm losing weight, goofball.
That's right.
Tell me something I don't know.
The dude needs a sandbox.
How many chins do I have? One and maybe about a quarter.
I wonder if dude has a lot of chins because dude don't have a picture.
Got about a 1 and a quarter. How many you got? My mom? No. That's my friend, not my mom, you dingling.
Oh, come on, Dee Dee. You know I'm your mama. Just tell the truth.
Okay. Right. Thanks for the compliment, though. Okay,
Yeah.
bye. Oh, my goodness.
Seriously, it doesn't take much bravery to hide behind a
No, it really
dumb
doesn't.
profile with no picture and then go off at the mouth. That doesn't take any bravery at all.
Nope. Sure doesn't. So what were we talking about anyway? I don't even
Can't
remember.
remember.
Oh, my daughters.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so then Randy ended up getting her hairstyling license, decided not to do anything with it, and works for basically a tool company, tool store. Nah, my glasses are irritating. And then Amber, of course, is in college right now studying to be a teacher. So no matter what you think of me, Jeb, whatever your word
Jeb.
name
Just
there,
call him Jeb.
Jeb, that reminds me of that song.
That reminds me of the Hillbillies.
Yeah. The story of a man named Jeb. Da, 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 da. Couldn't get
Na
it
na 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 na.
up from the ground sprang a bubbling crew. Oil, that is.
Yeah, I wish I could remember all the words.
I know. You can always look up the lyrics.
Yeah. Jeb, you've inspired us to look up the lyrics for the Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbilly lyrics.
Yeah.
Too bad I don't have a
For the
band, though.
inspiration.
Lyrics. There we go. Yeah, because God knows you don't want to play the video in here or you get your channel striked.
That's right.
YouTube is all crunching down on that. Come listen to a story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground came a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Kinfolks said, Jed, move away from there. Said California is the place you ought to be, so they loaded up the truck and moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, moving stars, Beverly Hillbillies.
There you go.
Actually, that they said Jed though, Jed in the song lyrics.
Okay,
So,
I'm sorry, Jeb.
oh well.
But you inspired that little skit right there, so thank you.
Yes, you made
Jeb.
it more entertaining in here. So when people watch it later, they're just gonna scratch their head and roll their eyes. Those two are at it again. Oh my gosh, that Dee Dee. She drives us crazy with her crazy ideas.
But we gotta come and we gotta watch.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And comment.
You know what? It's so funny is people like I've noticed
Finance.
will watch your channel, but they won't subscribe, but they're always there watching.
Lurk, lurk, lurk. Eavesdroppers.
You know,
Eavesdroppers.
as far as the ones that don't like you. But what they don't realize is just the fact that they watch you. It doesn't matter if they're subscribed or not.
Right. Hi, Nancy. I'm doing fine. How are you? Just getting ready to start work shortly here. Having some lady talk with some tea time, coffee time, whatever.
Yeah, I'm doing the coffee.
Yeah, I got
with
coffee
some mocha. I got a little mocha creamer in there.
I think I have a fly in mine.
It says mocha caramel, but I can't taste much of the caramel.
Yeah. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
Tammy's Reborn Nursery. Reminds me of a commercial. Tammy's Reborn Nursery. Oh my goodness. What will the day hold of tutoring today?
I don't know, but it could get funny. You could have some funny stories later.
It always does. Oh, I got to tell you about the one kid. I didn't tell you this. Okay, so I didn't tell anybody this actually. So the other day, I had this little boy from Taiwan, Thailand. He was sure to tell me. He was 8 years old, I think, and he's just talking away at me. He was so excited and happy. And no, I didn't do a cookout today. I'm making lentil burgers later. So we're just in there. He's riding in a car. His parents are driving the car and stuff, and he's just chattering, blah 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 blah, telling me all about his day and who he is and whatever. And he's like, "I just had a birthday on 24." I said, "24? When?" He said, "August 24th." I said, "That's my birthday." He goes, "It is. That's amazing. Happy birthday." So we did. We sang happy birthday to each other. And when I said happy birthday to you, he goes, "No, no, 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 no. Us. He said, "Yous, both of us. We." I said, "Oh, us." So we started over and sang happy birthday to us. He goes, "That is so amazing. Give me 5." Oh, he was delightful. Oh, I didn't want to hang up with that kid. He was so much fun. Oh my gosh, I love it when you get the really fun or entertaining ones. Even the adults, some of them are awesome. I love them. And when I do my impersonations, some of them really love that too. Especially, they'll be like, "What kind of advice you got for me?" I said, "Well, when you say the R, like in this word, my sister is getting married." I'll type it in. You don't say my sister is getting married. You don't. And they laugh so hard. They're like, yeah, we do that. Yes.
Yeah.
We do that. Yeah, they love it. I'm so glad God showed me that I can do impersonations because I never knew till I got on YouTube.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's crazy. When I started doing those parodies, I was like, hey, I'm kind of good at this. I kind of like this. It's coming kind of natural.
You are very funny, Dee Dee. One of your callings is to be a comedian.
I guess, but I couldn't do it on the spot, though. That's the thing. I wouldn't want to do it scripted. And all those comedians you see at comedy clubs, it's all scripted. It's stuff they read over and over. Like, who's that one with the puppet? I always forget his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name either.
With Peanut, the puppet. Ugh. I always forget his Jeff Dunham.
I know what you mean. You don't want to have the pressure. Otherwise, it takes away from the fun of it. And then it messes with your creativity.
Jeff Dunham. That's his name. Jeff Dunham.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw him in person, and he was so crass. I almost wanted to walk out. It was really bad. He gets really, really crass with those puppets. And it doesn't make it any better because it's puppets. Not for I don't like it.
The puppet isn't fooling you.
No. And Ahmed, he's funny. I kill you. Chef Fafa. Peanut. Some of his stuff is hysterically funny, but some of it's way beyond crass, and I can't do it. Just like the cable guy, Larry the Cable Guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny as heck, but crass. I can't deal with the crass. Why do you got to be crass? That's why I watch dry bar comedy.
That's all right, Dee Dee.
Pretty funny.
Luckily, you get to just turn it off or walk out when it gets out of hand.
Yeah, Lisa. Did I piss you up? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I don't know. Today's going to be a feel-good day, a feel-good movie day.
Yeah.
Go to the store. I think once I get driving, then I don't know what it is about getting out of the house, getting in the car, the sun is out, the tunes are on, you start driving, and then all of a sudden you think of all kinds of great things that you want to do.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm only working until I get up to $150, and then I'm quitting today, and then I'm going to go make my lentil burgers and maybe film it. I don't know if I'm going to go live and do it. I think I'm just going to film it on a video and upload it so people can follow it.
Well, I'll be sure to watch it.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a fun video.
Sometimes I just feel like uploading and getting it out there instead of having to talk and answer questions.
Hey, how do people do it? They do lives, but then you've done it where you pre-record it.
Just put it in private when you record it on live.
Oh,
Just hit
okay.
private and then
And then
record
people
it.
can still like leave messages, or
Yeah,
it's
because
not
you
like.
put it in public after you recorded it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
just privately record it in private and then make sure you go back in and put it in public afterwards. I always make that mistake. I'm like, why am I not getting any comments? Oh, you dillywad, you forgot to put it in public again. Ay, ay, ay. I then figure it out and put it in public. It's not hard to do though. No, just put it in private and record it. I want to know how you get your intros on your videos.
I just throw my intro. It's a video that's in with my videos, and but then I have an actual editing program,
Oh,
and then I just put it on the front of it. Like,
yeah. I don't have editing
obviously I don't do an intro for all my videos.
I
I
want to
mean,
start doing intros for mine, but I don't have any intro or editing programs.
I feel like I need many different intros depending on the topic. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Some don't fit. If it's not about me and Archer, how does that fit?
Well, that's why I go in and I do the thumbnails because thumbnails are real catchy for people to see. I do that through canva.com if you're ever wondering and you want to do some thumbnails for your videos. And it's free.
Okay.
Canva. I've been doing it for a long time. My cousin tells me all about all this stuff, and that's where I do all my thumbnails. You can do colors and backgrounds and shapes and lettering and all kinds of stuff. So I'm doing the new one for September for the Letting Go series. I have another one up there now. I don't want to do them all the same. It's boring.
Yeah, I don't want things to get boring.
Well, so I guess I will get going. I'm going to go and use the ladies' facilities, and then I am going to get my thing set up for tutoring and lock my door, lock myself in here, and tutor away.
You tutor away. I'm probably going to go to the grocery store, get something to make for supper, and then put on a feel-good movie.
I had to switch Matthew back the computer. I'm still on his for like filming the lives and stuff, but I can't use it for tutoring because all my files that I send to people are on the desktop, and this thing doesn't let you copy paste anything. So
Yeah, what good is that?
none at all. All right. I don't know who this QU33R person is, and I don't know what shop they're talking about either, but I'm not sure I want to know. So we'll just let that rest there.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. See you later.
See you later, Gator.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Happy holiday.